Hi everyone, welcome to Spirit World Insights. I'm Jackie and coming to you from another lovely park in Texas. I will be headed back to Alaska soon, so I'm taking advantage of the weather, being able to wear short sleeves and enjoy some of the green as an airplane goes by. So our topic today is about manifesting desires. And I chose the word desire because my mentor that's in Georgia spoke to me one time about the vibration of words and how the vibration of words can be different, which we know because if you look at the scientific laboratory studies that Dr. Emoto did with the water and putting different energy and words in water, and then you see them freeze, and how words that have a low vibration are going to have a frozen manifestation of like nothing. And then if you have words of a high vibration, they made these beautiful patterns. And so what my mentor said was that the vibration of the word desire is in alignment with creation, where the vibration of the word want and need are a lower vibration that come from the 3D manifestations. And so I tried to really observe when I'm using the word want and need and see where that drive to manifest something like that was coming from. And if it's something that's in alignment with my highest good, I would consciously change the word to desire. I desire this because it's good for me. So that's the first point that my spirit guides are bringing through today to bring into your awareness is the words and the vibration of want and need, and is it something that the ego is trying to get satisfied with, or is it actually something that's in your highest good? And if it is, then think about changing it to desire. So the next thing that I want to talk about is how we utilize the intention to manifest the desire. If you are thinking about something that you really do desire, are you putting it out there in a way that it will, quantum physics, like attract like, come back around to you? Or are you only putting it out there with like maybe one single thought, and then what happens is a negative thought, one of those what if thoughts comes in and it demolishes it? Because if you have a desire, but all the what ifs come in and almost suffocate out the heartfelt desire part, then what you're attracting back to you is going to be more of the what if instead of the actual desire itself. Let me see if I can say that in another way. Are you manifesting something in your future that hasn't happened yet that's actually not what you want? There you go. If you sit and think about that question, how many times do you desire something, but you're so locked in to the ego bringing back memories, right? Because it just brings back the memories of everything that's already happened. And so you get all these what ifs, but this could happen and this can happen and that can happen and that can happen. And if you focus too much on that, then you are suffocating, so to say, for lack of better words, the actual desire, and instead you're manifesting or acting on fear because of the what ifs. It's interesting. For me, when I stop and think about that, it was probably 70% of the time that I kept acting on the what ifs instead of the actual desire. So note to self, right? The last thing that I want to talk about is, are you placing limitations on other people that you have no right to put limitations on. I'll give you an example. I have many times, you know what I do. You watch my videos. You know that I channel and that I'm a healer, and I will talk to people that will say, oh, I have this friend or I have this family member that's really suffering because they lost a loved one, or they're hurting really, really bad, and they're just at the point where they're at desperation. And I say, well, why don't you give them my number? And they go, oh, no. No, they're not into that. There's no way. There's no way that they would be up for talking to someone like you. Well, the thing is when you are hurting that badly, when you're at rock bottom, that's usually when you will invite something in that you never would have before. And you are not the one that is, you're not the consciousness that's occupying that person. And therefore, you really don't know what that person is or isn't not only capable but willing to do when they're hurting that much. Because sometimes it just takes the right person to ask, or it takes the right opportunity to bring about what that person needs. Because if they need to hear from that loved one, then talking to me could be exactly what will help shift them back into that state of peace, right? And if you put the limitation and you're like, no, I'm not going to give your name out, or I'm not going to offer this expansion of this person's consciousness because you are limiting them, I guess the question that I have is, what's the purpose of limiting them? Are you limiting them because you're just trying to protect them? Are you limiting them because you're protecting yourself? Are you limiting them because you don't want them to feel better? These are the questions that my guides were bringing in this week. When you become the observer of not just everybody else's life and not the environment around you, but you. Everything starts with you, right? So I'm going to challenge you this week. Listen to what you're thinking and listen to what you're saying. And are you sure it's in alignment with your highest good and everyone else around you? All right, you guys, thanks for watching. Until next week, have a good day. Bye.